What is going on, everyone? This is Ninja Geek here, and of course, we got some more Black Ops 2 gameplay here, and I wanted to talk about something that's been, I've seen on YouTube and of course on Twitter, because this is where it all happened. It's nothing like giant, like groundbreaking, but it can hurt some people, and it may not affect others, but it depends on how you look at this. And I'm going to leave a link in the description to two videos that I saw. One from, of course, Thunder, who I watch all the time, and my man JD from NY. Both of them make great points in this video. Like, JD takes it from more of a stance that Vaughn is actually being serious when he tweets this out, which I'm going to read the tweet in a second. And Thunder takes it more like in a hoping that he's joking kind of way. So, let me get into this. Vonderhaar basically said on July 13th on Twitter, "It's hard enough to get you filthy TDM casuals to play the second best game mode ever created," and I hear that, within the tweets and stuff, he's talking about Search and Destroy. I hate Search and Destroy, not because I can't do it, I just don't like I don't get joy out of playing that game mode. Domination, I like playing, but in general, what do you go on Call of Duty and you see most of the time? When you play Call of Duty, it's like, oh, what game mode do you want to play? Do you want to play TDM, Kill Confirmed? When you look at the playlist and you see, and now, of course, this doesn't pertain to Advanced Warfare because Activision told Sledgehammer Games to take that off, and we know that because why just all of a sudden remove the counter of how many people are online? Why remove all that stuff, all the information that we would want to see? It's because nobody's playing the game, and you already know that, and I don't care. Don't tell me that, oh, I'm wrong, oh, this and that. Advanced Warfare is this, it's not that bad, whatever. In my opinion, it is one of the worst Call of Duties I've ever played, and I'm not going to go into that right now, but you can obviously tell that because they hide the counter. Why else would they hide the counter that we can't see how many people are online? But when you go on like Black Ops 2 or Ghosts or anything like that, any Call of Duty, even the older ones, how many people are playing TDM? You could only get into games a lot quicker on TDM because it is the most casual gameplay you will ever find, and it is the most entertaining. I mean, even the main objective in there is none. Just go around having fun, action, killing players. That's all TDM is, and that's all people want to do. People don't want to get home from a hard day at work, a 9-to-5 job or a regular, full working job or part-time or whatever, and sit down and start going MLG Pro on Domination with their Gamma Labs and Mountain Dew testosterone. People don't want to do that, man. People want to play, they want to come home, get a glass of water or some beer or anything you like. Of course, if you're overage, you do this, you get what you want, you sit down, you get maybe a bag of chips, something like that, or maybe you just don't like to eat it all when you game or whatever, and you sit down and you play Call of Duty or, whatever game it happens to be, but most people, I'm talking pertaining to Call of Duty, and you sit down and you're like, okay, let's just go into a TDM lobby. TDM is the most filled game mode, and why? Well, let's take it back to Call of Duty 4. Now, of course, there was obviously more Call of Duties than this, but Call of Duty 4 was the main one, got hyped after the release. Many people loved it, and millions of people played it. World at War, same thing. Modern Warfare 2 had millions and millions. There was like 7 million, I think, on the launch night, and it still had millions. Now, of course, not, because it's obviously a really old game, and it's obviously broken, but people still played it. There was no MLG back then. In Black Ops 1, when I got Call of Duty, there was millions of people online playing it. Modern Warfare 3, no matter how broken that game was as well, there was still millions of people, and of course Modern Warfare 3 started to dwindle it down, and we are here at Black Ops 2. Now, Treyarch, of course, made the League Play system, and I was happy about that, because when League Play was announced, I was like, finally, people don't gotta sweat in regular matches. They could go in their League Play, and I could just play casual TDM. Most of the community of Call of Duty started out as casual, literally 100% of it. There was nobody looking to play Call of Duty as an MLG real sport. Nobody. How much of the community now is based on MLG? I'm going to take a shot and say 1%, because I don't even know anyone that is MLG, all for this, all for that. Most people that play games, in general games, want to play casual, and that's how Call of Duty started, and it will always be. So going on Twitter first of all, David Vonderhaar, in my opinion, as well as Thunder, should not even be on Twitter saying this to his community, to his fan base. And like, I hope that Vonderhaar is joking when he said this tweet, because it's his whole community. He's basically calling his whole community that spends hours upon hours playing the game, buying stuff in the game, and buying the game in general, buying DLCs, wastes their time if he's just going to call that community filthy TDM casuals. And in JD's video, he takes the tweet as a more insulting way, talking trash to the casual community. And I honestly take both ways, If Von is joking, which Thunder said, which he hopes, and I hope, if Vonderhaar is actually joking when he says this tweet, then you still don't come out and say this, because this is the problem. Like, Twitter, you don't know if anyone's joking. If he said, like, if it was like this on Twitter, and then he said, you filthy casuals, blah, 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 and then he says LOL or something like that, like he's laughing, then, it would have been a little more laid back, like, oh, whatever, he's just joking around. But there's nothing really at the end of it, except for, like, a shock face. There's just nothing. So, anyone could look at this, think he's joking, think it's an insult, and you just don't do this. You're head of Treyarch, and you're coming out here potentially insulting 99% of your player base. And I'm going to just tell you the straight up facts right now, right here. That MLG, of course there's other things that ruin Call of Duty, like the just the community itself, not even the game, but there's the community itself that's just ruining itself every year, just in how it is. The game with the BS that it has in it, which is a small percentage, people usually stick it up for that, but some people are just like, nah, I'm out. And MLG ruined Call of Duty. That's my opinion, and if you don't believe me, look at the facts, man. There was no MLG Call of Duty 4 through, let's say, of course, there was pro matches, there was, all the games and stuff like that, and it wasn't as big, is what I mean to say. Black Ops 1, of course, had, there was just these big games and this and that, but MLG really took off during Black Ops 2, and that's when the numbers started. Now, of course, Black Ops 2, when that came out, and still to this day, has a lot of BS in it, so that could be a reason, but MLG is a major impact, and people just don't want to deal with that, even though there's a separate playlist, the yada yada this, yada yada that. I honestly think that MLG ruined Call of Duty. It's not what started the Call of Duty fan base. There would be no Call of Duty without the casual players. The casual built upon itself, and it mutated into this MLG world, which I know nobody that plays of. So all in all, let me know what you think about what Vonderhaar has to say about the filthy TDM casuals. Are you more on the side that you think he's joking and hope that he's joking, or are you a side where you think that he's insulting the main player base? Vonderhaar, one note, like I said, you don't come on Twitter and start making insults towards your community who spends money on your games, man. That's just one thing to take away, and I'm on the side that I actually hope he's joking, but it is insulting at the same time. I'm on both, There's not really, like, a specific side. There's not like a war, this and that, but it's insulting, but at the same time I hope that he's joking. And that's today's video, man. So if you did enjoy, leave a like and subscribe for more content. Again, links in the description below to JD's and Thunder's video, which both are great and you should watch them. And I'm out. Peace.